So we've jumped over to Zoom because we tried to do the Instagram live 3 times, but something is not flowing today with technology. And it was also going to be your first live as well. So apologies for that not being the best experience. Don't let that put you off. Um, when we did get kind of cut off of our live, you were already introducing us into a way that you might cue yourself or what works for you when you come into a new space, like a live, and you need to ground and you want to ground. And I wonder, before we even begin our conversation, would it be possible and would you be willing to kind of take us through those steps again for a couple of minutes?
Absolutely. Happy to. So again, just finding your seat. Feel your seat. Make any last minute adjustments or any adjustments that might feel really good. And yeah, inviting your spine to straighten or elongate, letting it be long. And then with an inhale, rolling your shoulders up to your ears, giving them a squeeze up by your ears. And then with your exhale, dropping them back and down so that your wings or your scapula rest on your back a little bit lower. You might feel a gentle opening in your chest. Maybe inviting a hand to be placed on the drum of the heart and another somewhere on the belly, wherever feels good. And just arrive to the breath. First, to just notice and to say hello. And then to invite a slowing, allowing the exhale to drop you a bit deeper into the sensations of the body. And with this, you may notice a downward movement of your energy towards the ground. My teacher calls this giving a kiss to the land. So if it feels good, you might extend your energy, your awareness even further into the land that you are standing or sitting on. And perhaps from the body out into your ancestry. And as our energy flows down and grounds, we create more space inside for inspiration or expression or authentic connection and exchange to move within us. So very slowly, and also with an invitation to try to keep that inner awareness with you, letting your eyes take in your space once again. So you might have 1 foot of awareness inside and 1 foot of awareness outside.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I mean, for myself, that was a big shift, even though I was maintaining calm, that, tech or what have you, but the difference of the not just the awareness, but the physiology and the perspective.
Mm.
How about yourself?
Yeah, it feels really good to, come into the body, move the body a little bit, change my posture, notice how those little changes affect my nervous system, and also to feel the ground beneath me. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and I really enjoyed the coming from the transition back, but keeping the one foot in actually, and then the one foot out. That was a nice bit of imagery of like, oh yeah, I actually get to stay here and be here. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So Angela, we're just going to be talking for about 10 minutes or so, and what I would really love to invite you to share is, well, first of all, how would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, it's such a interesting question, like how to describe oneself, and where to begin. And so this is really in no particular order at all, honestly. Um, I am a mother. I have two teen children. Um, I am a woman, a white woman in peri slash menopause. So that is a bit of my context of life. I am an integrative physician, um, and a somatic therapist and a breathwork facilitator and a mini farmer, raising animals and vegetables in the hills of Vermont, which is in the northeast of the United States, which is also indigenous Abenaki territory. Um, I tend to be overly serious, and I tend to also be sometimes overly silly. So when I have balance, I'm kind of navigating between the two extremes, perhaps. Um, I am an aspiring fiddle player, and I love to dance, although I'm not particularly good at dancing. I'm really into Gaga dancing right now, which is just like a free form kind of like exploring pleasure um and getting groovy. So yeah, that's a me in a nutshell.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for sharing your nutshell. And yeah, I learned something new about you, two things new about the fiddle and the dancing as well. And I have a very dear friend that says something that always makes me smile, is that they take being silly very seriously as well. So when you mentioned the seriousness and the silliness, I thought, "Ah, okay, they actually can meet as well."
Yes.
And we're in context of like grounded breathwork and the training. Starting on April 25th, we have a new cohort that is traveling with us for another year. And you're part of the teaching team, but you've also been part of Grounded Life in the years before. And I wondered if you could share anything you would like to about what you bring to the syllabus, what you invite. You did an extraordinary seminar on the microbiome of the lungs for our students not too long ago. But yeah, what do you want to share about kind of your role in that teaching team as it is at the moment? And then also we have a kind of future bit to maybe intro as well.
Yeah. So I started my breathwork facilitator proper training with Grounded Life within breathing space. I believe that was 4 years ago, 3 years ago. So I was a student. I'm a lifelong learner. I love learning. It's like so rich for me and exciting. And this training was did not disappoint. So rich, really met me exactly where I was at that time and supported my own inner growth, the development of my own confidence, and even like supported some healing that needed to happen at that time. Um, so being a student, and moving through the training, I approached it from the student eyes, really, really open and new and fresh. And then the following year, I became a mentor. So kind of um, making that transition into more of a space holding for students role, or like stepping into more of that facilitation of the learning itself in that year. And then this last year, yes, became an actual facilitator teacher on the team, which is so exciting. Um, oh,
Yeah,
I
how
feel,
was that?
oh gosh, it's like a dream come true, honestly. All of the other teachers in this circle are teachers of me, my teachers. So, wow, I get to continue to learn from them. And they're all incredibly amazing individuals, each and every single one of them. So, what a blessing. I feel very humbled to be sitting in this circle. I know I have a lot of life experience, and I do bring that in to my work with the students from my lens, which I shared a little bit about through my intro. So I know I have a unique lens, and I've walked many walks of life, and I hope that comes through in my teaching and my holding of space and supporting of the students. I love so much to see each individual person find their unique relationship with breath. Ah, it's so rich and exciting. It's like the blossoming flower that the world so needs. So I also feel like this may be a little tangent, but I also feel really grateful for all the students who come and commit to doing this work because the world really needs it. And the world really needs their unique expression, their unique relationship with breath. And so, wow, I get to support that and to facilitate that unfolding. It's like so exciting.
Yeah, it is pretty
And
amazing. What was that last bit?
answered your question or not, but
It definitely answers the question, and you bring so much experience, like work and life, and so, you know, we're really actually honored to have you in Circle with us. And I know that when you trained with us, I was co-leading with Hannah Nidas as well, so she definitely deserves a massive shout out. Who I'll be chatting to hopefully tomorrow. And now in the syllabus focuses more on kind of specific points in the syllabus. And when you're just describing this journey, it's like the just the growth, right? This ongoing community and growth of just coming to join the Grounded Life community as a student, as a mentor, as a teacher, and I've definitely been through that process within the breathwork context as well. You know, it didn't look exactly the same. I was probably a mentor like I don't know, 4 or 5 times, and then I was a teacher for different trainings, you know, a couple of times, and so it wasn't like this linear pathway, but each time it's like we just come in at this different level, and yeah, naturally, this is why it's a really nice 2 year pathway. So students that do that 12 months can then come back again. So when the students come back, that they kind of naturally step into this mentorship as well because they've already been through this first year. So even if they're like, I'm not ready to do anything like this, it happens so organically. And I feel like this is a really important part of the process to keep connected with people as they start holding space for others and to really keep that sense of community because I know that it's very much helped me in actually being able to hold spaces and then that growing and growing and then God there was a time where I thought I couldn't even do that and that you know the growth that continues as we all actually stand in circle with each other continually whether teacher mentor student because we're all learning from each other all the time aren't we.
absolutely, I very much echo that. Students are the best teachers. My clients are my best teachers, aside from my kids, I would say. Yeah, always learning from everyone that I interact with, but especially in these spaces.
And so I had one more question for you, which was who do you think this training is for?
Yeah, so I would say, off the cuff, literally everybody, but I will highlight a couple specific examples. So one is anyone who's working with other people, because if you have a desire to really deepen your work with others, this training is so beautiful in that you are invited and asked to also do that work with yourself. And there is a truth in that is, you can only go so far or so deep with someone else in working with others as much as you have done within your own self. So there literally is an edge within speaking from myself, like my own nervous system, where I realize, oh, okay, that's my growing edge. That's what's showing up for me. That's the work that needs to be done so that I can continue to work with this individual in this way, for example. So it doesn't need to be like, you don't have to be a therapist. You could be someone who does hospice work, sits with elders, someone who works with children, of course, yes, please. Anyone who works in the context of children, these are wonderful skills to bring in to be with. So anybody. I'm thinking, and I'm having a little smile of Sagita, who bakes cakes and interacts with people. I love that so much. And she just really was, coming to this learning and this training with so much richness and joy. And it's really inspiring. And then another subset that I wanted to bring in is anyone who is seeking peace within themselves or in the world. And to define peace not as an absence of conflict, quite the opposite, but the ability to navigate that tension, the triggering, the activation, or differences that we encounter and stay related.
Mm.
That is peacemaking. And the world so needs that right now. So if that is in anyone's heart to want to bring that to the world, this is such a beautiful training to develop those skills. Yeah, through the breath.
Yeah, well, we should give a shout out to the breath really as the real teacher in all this. And yeah, but thank you for your words and the way that you do speak and the perspective that you do bring and the unpacking as well in kind of as you're saying things as well. Um, yeah, I really appreciate it and just appreciate your time today. And I look forward to seeing you on April 25th. Really looking forward to it.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. I'm very excited as well.